Our next question comes from Sam. Sam asks, what is effective in tackling autoimmune problems like psoriasis? Okay, that's an excellent question, Sam. A lot of individuals suffer from psoriasis. There are multiple types. Sometimes women and men deal with it on their scalp, and sometimes we know that as dandruff. Other times individuals are dealing with psoriasis and even eczema on their elbows, their knees, and patches of scaly, itchy, irritated skin. With psoriasis and eczema, those two I link together, but one or the other, what you need to deal with, how you heal it and tackle it naturally is to look at healing your gut. So your digestive process is, and when I say digestive process, it's the internal lining of your small intestine and your large intestine. That mucosal membrane is a direct mirror of our skin. And so when my patients are presenting with skin-related irritations or autoimmune disorders of the skin, we need to look at the internal skin. We need to go in, look at, and go deep into healing the gut. Likelihood is that you're probably also dealing with some IBS-related symptoms as well, but maybe haven't bridged that gap or made the link connection that the IBS or digestive imbalances, constipation, bloating, gas is linked to the psoriasis. So let's dig into what you can do to heal your skin by healing your gut. So the first most important thing is to address your diet. So this is really critical. What's coming in has to be very much healing focused. So there are three kind of elimination items that I recommend overall. Eliminate gluten. So this tends to be bread, pasta, items that are very much comforty foods for a lot of folks and very common in our standard American diet. So gluten is one. The second one is dairy. Eliminate all dairy. And we have to be really kind of sleuthy with dairy. Dairy is not just milk or yogurt that you're getting that's pasteurized or grabbing in the dairy aisle, but it also falls into the packaged products, whey protein. So a lot of fitness enthusiasts that are grabbing protein shakes or trying to be healthy and grabbing protein bars. Whey protein is dairy oriented. So be aware of whey protein, as well as milk additives in a lot of the items that you're buying in the box. So that's really critical. Just be kind of sleuthy when you're purchasing and shopping. The other thing that I recommend is to eliminate soy. A lot of my patients have irritations to soy. And soy is as invasive, if not more invasive, than some of those dairy-related products. Soy lecithin is a very common kind of binding agent and sometimes preservative that we'll find in nearly every packaged shelf-based product. We even see this in some of our liquid products. So read your labels. That's really key. Those three items, soy, dairy, and gluten, are very much oriented with inflammation production, particularly the way many of these items are harvested or grown. There's an abundance of pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides. Those are very irritating to our digestive process and can cause inflammation. Long-term inflammation, we will see skin eruptions. So that's critical. Second thing that you can do add on here at Organixx is to grab the probiotics. This has one amazing probiotic, and it is billed as one of the most comprehensive gut repairing, digestive process rebuilding probiotic. There's a multitude of probiotics, and you can add in probiotic rich foods like kefir or kimchi or some of the fermented foods like sauerkraut or beet kvass. Those are all going to be beneficial, but I recommend definitely adding probiotics to your mix. Similarly, when you take a probiotic, we need the food for the probiotic to support that. That includes individuals that might be making their own nut yogurts or nut kefirs, or adding in probiotics like this here at Organixx. What you need to do is add in fiber, but there's a special fiber called inulin, or chicory root is what we call it. You can drink chicory root tea. It's a powder that you can add in. We sprinkle it into a lot of our gluten-free baked products that I make here for our family. I add it into sometimes my coffee, and I will add it into teas and liquid items that I'm consuming, soups and things like that. So fiber is really key. Now, the other thing that is really, really essential for your gut is we need to help support your liver's production of bile. Bile is one of the most important byproducts of the liver, and it is a healing, sudsing type of liquid, very base in nature, but it has this amazing capacity to heal and protect the single cell lining of your small intestine. Often with psoriasis and eczema or any of the autoimmune disorders apart from skin, so Hashimoto's, RA, Sjogren's disease, these are all, we look back into the small intestine and the lining of the small intestine being irritated, inflamed, and we call it leaky gut. It's often common. One of the most important ways to help support your body's healing of that irritated small intestinal lining is to add in liver detoxing, particularly dandelions. So eating dandelion greens in your salad, juicing dandelion, you can add in dandelion tea. I love dandelion tea because if you're a coffee drinker, you can make a great switch and drink dandelion tea. It's very rich and rooted, but it's very powerful at invigorating the liver's bile production. The more bile you have, the greater the healing you're going to employ by also reducing the anti-inflammatory and the allergens of dairy, gluten, and soy. And then by adding the probiotics, you are going to really, really fortify your gut healing. The other thing that is common is that we'll see inflammation. So that skin-related inflammation, you might have kind of a red patch, it's inflamed, it might be itchy and painful at the same time. What I like to recommend is a cellular-based anti-inflammatory. And the Magi complex here at Organixx is one of my favorites. This has a trio of the gifts of the Magi, and they are equally beneficial internally. And then you can also apply topically the oil to the area or areas that are inflamed. And I recommend mixing a carrier oil, almond oil, or even an almond or even olive oil. You can mix a few drops in and apply topically. That'll ease the topical inflammation. But you can also take the supplementation. I love pairing those up. So I hope that's helpful. Please try that out and let us know how it goes.